So for exercise one, let's say you don't want to do it digitally for whatever reason, you're not comfortable with it. I mean, I definitely recommend that you do check out my tutorial on doing this exercise, the final piece in Illustrator. I just find it simple, it's clean, you can edit it. If you make a mistake, it's easy to fix because it is digital. Um, but let's just say, okay, you're not doing it digitally, you're doing it traditionally. You're going to do draw ink on paper. Um, what you'll have to do is scan that, get a scan of it, and you'll have to color correct it. Why? Well, because as we looked at with some these ones that are done traditionally, they come in when I accept them. The blacks aren't black, the whites aren't quite white. Like here's one that has tons of just shadows in the on the white. Like this should be a clean white page. It's not a clean white page. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you a piece of art that I did. So this is not this project, but I'm going to show you how to color correct to make the whites white and the blacks black. So it's an artwork that I did on watercolor paper. And you can see there's texture. You can see the texture of the paper. I want to get rid of that, and I want to make sure that the black ink is black. It shows up just solid black. First thing I notice is that my whole image is rotated. It actually is, it's upside down. You might not notice, but I definitely notice. Okay, so I rotated it. I just went into image, and then image rotation. So I'm going to go to layers. There's a couple of things I want to do. Because it's black and white, I know I've got red in here. Ignore the red. I'm only focused on the black and white. So first thing I'm going to do is in layers, go down here at the bottom, and I want you to pick levels. There's a bunch of ways to do this. This is one of them. It's the simplest way, especially because we just care about the black and white. So you'll notice that there's these eyedropper tools in this window. We've got this one. This is for black. This is for gray. This is for white. So let's adjust for black first. So I'm going to zoom in. When I zoom in on this, you'll see you've got the black here. So by choosing this eyedropper and clicking on this, you can see it automatically changes everything to black. So what it's doing, it's adjusting. It's trying to find the level for the black. And what I'm trying to do is click until I get as dark as possible. And actually that's good. Let's stop there. That looks good. But you can see it's also made the white, it's exaggerated that texture on this white paper. Okay. So I need to adjust for that. Let's just zoom in again. And let's choose our white eyedropper tool. And I'm going to choose one of these colors here. It's on the white. Oh, that did a good job, actually. That did a great job. I like that. Okay. Now you can see it pretty much erased all that texture. If I go up to this corner where it was really bad, it's gone. So that's great. Okay. I think I might have that's super fast. So it might not be quite as fast with you. You might have to do a little back and forth and experimenting. The nice thing about doing it this way that I'm showing is that because it's in layers, I can show you how it looks. This is before, this is after, before, after. It's editable. Nothing I've done is permanent. So I can go in here, I can change levels. I can redo the eyedropper tool. I can adjust it. If I really hate it, I can throw it away. Like I can hide it, I can start again. I like this though. I think that did a pretty good job. The one thing that I wanted to point out though is you're always going to have little hiccups. So because we're looking for accuracy and perfection in exercise one, I'm going to show you a couple of things that I can do here. I'm going to make one new layer. So go down to the layers palette, hit plus at the bottom. So over in the color here on the left hand side, I've got these colors here. Let's just cancel that. So I got black and white. That's usually the default. It should look like that with you. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to paint out if I see a mistake, like there's a mistake. There's some mistakes here. If I zoom in, that black spot shouldn't be there, or at least it looks out of place. So if I hit my brush tool, and I've got, let's say, let's flip it. So if I hit this little icon, I flip it. So I want white at the front. I'm just going to paint that out. Whoop, maybe that was too much. I think yeah, let's do that. Paint that out. Paint that out. Maybe I'll zoom in here, or just kind of, I'll make my brush smaller. And here, if you want to make your brush bigger or smaller, do this. I suggest for this project, because we're just doing harsh black and white, just make sure the hardness is at 100% and then size is whatever. And if you want to just adjust the size, you can use the square bracket button on your keyboard, and it makes it bigger or smaller. Okay, so that took care of some of those little black spots that I didn't like. I could even clean this up a little bit extra. Maybe tidy this up a little bit here. Okay, but I'm not going to fiddle with it too much. Now let's flip it. Let's do the black. And you can see there's all these like white spots in the black areas. I can actually paint those out and just clean this up. So let's see. I'm just going to go in here, clean that up. Whoop, that was a little much. But just really get that dark color in there. So that's about it. I hope this helps. So now I can kind of zoom out, and I can, if I really want to, I can get really, really nitpicky and clean it all up. But let's do it before and after again. So I'm going to zoom into about here. So this is, let's do before, and this is with levels. It's nice and crisp. And then I did just a little finessing here up here, and I'll just do a before and after here as well. Okay, so that's how I would color correct for this project. Like I said, black and white, super straightforward, just use levels. All right,